And we are live. Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, happy time zones, wherever you might be. I'm Emma. Welcome back to the House of Hubris here on twitch.tv/Saracent. Welcome back to Shadows Over Loathing. Yeah, sorry this is later than planned. Just love delivery companies inevitably sending over my meds that have to be signed for at the least convenient times imaginable, and if I miss them, I'm in trouble. So, you know, I felt that probably took precedence over silly stick figure games. So we might end up having a bit of a shorter stream today. Like, I don't know if I'm going to end it early or what. We'll vibe it out. Because, for one thing, I need to go and vote because, hey, if you're in Britain, it's local election day. Do that. Direct democracy, it's important. Anyway, that delivery companies are the worst. I mean, I prefer them to me not getting my meds. Like, if I had to go and collect them from the factory myself, that would be worse. But hey. Yeah, so last time we finished Chapter 3, and now we're off into the Big Moist, which is a swamp called the Big Moist, and our map is a literal sponge. But currently we're actually trying to track down every radio in the game. I have received some hints on where they are and how to more readily find them. For one thing, I was reminded, actually looking through old footage, that there's one in the Hobo camp. Yes, because we have to go and find every radio, because we've hooked Rufus's transmitter up, and now we need to test the transmissions that are coming through on every radio, just for reasons. Also, yeah, we're still accompanied by this incredibly old walrus man. Dr. Adams spots an abandoned newspaper on a park bench and picks it up. A modern newspaper. Economy soaring with no end in sight, it says. Things are just going to keep getting better forever. Isn't most encouraging. Yeah, things have been going really well since the end of the Cold War. Lots of advances in technology and infrastructure, tons of people are moving to the big cities, people are investing millions in the stock market, and it just keeps going up and up. Basically, everything's going super well economically, and there's no sign that rampant unchecked speculation might ever cause any kind of problem. This game is set in 1928, just in case you hadn't got the joke yet. That is marvellous news. I must comment, however, that Ocean City does not appear to be benefiting from this increased prosperity. That's a little strange, isn't it? I guess it's something going on with the local government, but I didn't really get it. The rest of the country's doing great. A minor slump, unfortunately. Undoubtedly, even. I'm sure the situation will improve by and by. Yeah, you're probably right. It's the Roaring Twenties, a period of unlimited wealth and profound social liberation. What could possibly go wrong? Anyway, Professor Adams is leveling, sure. Is there anything good at Ovid's shop? I can't remember. Oh yeah, pom-pom if I wanted it. Also a portable radio. But that's good for ranged weapons and presumably not for this quest. I think it's in the crypto tent. Also, didn't we just send somebody here? Well, not just, but Water. Hey, Water. Oh, hey. Thanks for telling me about this place. This is a fine little community. Nice. Let's sail again. Yep. I'm accustomed to the solitary life of a fisherman, but it's nice to have some folks to come home to at the end of the day. And nobody's complained about the smell. Well, good. Do you have opinions about the smell, Veronica? No. Love your companion, but her conversations aren't nearly as spicy as the professor's. Are you still running Gabby, or is this a companion I haven't met yet? That's a radio. You tune the radio to WGCR and hold Rufus's gadget up to it. The thing clicks a few times, the little needle on it goes up to 3. Then you restore the radio to the way you found it, making your mum proud. We already asked about everything in here. Is there anybody else? New we met? No. Haven't met this companion. You get her as a robotics major. Right. There's whole different companions for the different majors. That's interesting. I wasn't trying to touch your telephone, Johnny. I was coming to see if you've decided I'm a friend of the hobos yet. The secret plans. I'll admit you've been quite helpful. You, at first a total stranger, have gone out of your way to help hobos when the other people of this country, and even the government itself, would not. This is the crux of the problem, that hobos are looked down upon when not overlooked entirely. I seek to remedy this. What, are you planning a revolution or something? Oh, no, nothing so violent. I intend to sidestep the problem. I should not say more. Okay. Slowly evolving storyline here. Okay, back to the map. And that's our third one here, because we got the one in the antique store, the one at Miss Brewster's, and the hobo camp. And I am helpfully informed that I don't need to keep checking literally everywhere. There are 3 in every chapter. So, well, or possibly 4 in one place, but hey. To the lake, then. You have a very sensible woman and her pet robot. She fused me with the scientific curiosity of, I must observe what this madwoman will do next. I feel like that's probably the professor's opinion on me as well. The little radios count the same as the large ones. Yeah, I know, because Mrs. Brewster's had the smaller one, I think. I can't remember where the radios would be in the lake, so I am just going to wander for a bit. Yeah, nothing else. Yeah, I discover a ring of mushrooms growing in a strange pattern. Let's identify it. Using your training and intellect, you identify the pattern as a circle. Great. Oh, yes, also there was, I wanted to catch up. What do you call it? It's huge. Damn, that's still a good joke. Yes, there was something else. We smell this flower before? Not as good as it looks. We did that. I'm assuming none of the radios will be in the past. I admit this is probably a bold assumption. But also, I had a thought. Because when we were going to the museum, we were being somewhat stymied by clearly needing to go back to the past, but there wasn't a portal around there. When we were at the hardware store, we did have the option of having an outhouse installed somewhere, I think. I think it was the hardware store. And I've played Day of the Tentacle. I wonder if this is where we go. I'll circle around to it because otherwise I will forget where I've checked. Oh god, there's more places. You notice a particularly cobweb-strewn copse of trees, and as you get near it, you catch a glimpse of a big hole full of spiders in the middle of it. You can just barely read the old wooden sign next to it, declaring to the world the hole belongs to Beppo. Well, let's go check out this terrible spider hole. Look, everyone, it's Beppo's hole. Is this just going to be another combat grinding place, but this time they're spiders? Like says Beppo's hole at the top. Then there's some fine print. We should probably read it. Beppo's hole is named after Beppo P. Soricchio, who purchased this plot of land in 1903 with the stated intention of creating a shark sanctuary. He managed to dig one decent-sized pit before he could fill it up with sharks, and filled itself up with spiders. Or perhaps it would be more accurate to say that spiders filled it up with themselves, and their offspring, their teeming hordes of awful, venomous offspring. It is the opinion of the Crystal Dream Lake Historical Society that Beppo's hole should be avoided at all costs. In fact, we probably shouldn't have put this placard here, or included it on any of our maps. May those you leave behind forgive us. I feel like more tourist information should end with "May those you leave behind forgive us." Fascinating. Wriggling mass of spider eggs. This wriggling cocoon is roughly person-sized. So it's either A person who's been cocooned by a spider and is slowly suffocating to death, or a person-sized mass of baby spiders. Both seem awful. Let's talk to them. Hello in there. Are you a person or a mind-breaking quantity of baby spiders? Is that the kind of noise a whole lot of baby spiders would make? Well, be prepared for this to be awful as I press cut them free. Oh, cool. You cut apart the cocoon, bracing yourself for true horror. Fortunately, it turned out to be just a guy in there. Phew. Thanks, friend. You had me worried there for a sec. They call me Doc. I came here to get some free gauze. Got a bit more than I bargained for. Hi, Doc. I'm Jimbo. I assume from your doctor hat thing that you're literally a doctor? In the sense that doctoring is my profession, yeah. In the sense that I have a legal license for practicing it, no. You were looking for gauze? Yep. The webs from big spiders like this make really great surgical gauze. It's strong, self-adhesive, and even sterile if it's really fresh. Unfortunately, I kind of bit off more than I could chew. You can chew it, too? No, I meant metaphorically. One of the great big spiders that lived in Pepper's hole got sight of me. I don't recommend messing around with that hole, especially if you're flushed to the gills on medicinal alcohol. I see. Can you tell me of hobo code? Oh sure, I can teach you the hobo code for all kinds of medical terms. He teaches you how to read his handwriting and then teaches you some hobo code. Doctor jokes. Also, there's a hobo camp. There's a hobo camp just outside of Ocean City. They could probably use a doctor. Great! I could use some patience, because I'm much too eager to get doctoring. That's a joke that works better out loud than in print. But anyway, see you there. Okay, bye. Gilbert slowly questioning the nature of reality. Definitely a lot of spiders in this hole. Yeah, this is just another combat thing. More long ago that you never deliberately walk into an impenetrable mass of spider webs. And that's fair. So let's just leave. We were trying to get to the junkyard. Oh. Time displaced me again. The future version of yourself strolls up to you and hands you a fat wad of meat. You know it's the future version and not the past version, because you don't remember this happening before. Here, take this meat. Technically, I guess I should be repaying it to the future me, but that's me now, so you'll have to do. What? What's the point in giving me meat if I have to give it back to me later? Well, you'll be making meat more easily later, so this won't seem like as much then. Just think of it as a no-interest loan. On the contrary, I actually am interested. She rolls her eyes at you. Sheesh. Future you is a jerk. Yeah. Anyway, don't forget to pay you back or the universe will probably explode or something. Cool. Can't remember the last time somebody threatened me with the explosion of the entire universe if I didn't pay them money. Radio. Needle goes to 4. I'm gonna assume there aren't more radios in the caves. Distillery. You hear very loud, repeated gunfire from somewhere nearby in the woods. Ordinarily, these random encounters start with you going to check out whatever's going on and then dealing with the consequences of whatever you find. This time, though, I'm going to give you the option to not be the sort of person who walks toward the sound of an active war zone. Yes, narrator, but on the other hand, I am a creature of chaos and really enjoying arguing with the narrator wherever I can. You cautiously poke your head around the side of a tree. You see 3 mob... I thought that said Mob Gibbons, and it says a lot about this setting that for a moment I was like, yeah, that seems legit. No. 3 mob goons who've set up a little shooting gallery, taking pot shots at empty tin cans for target practice. Instead of pistols, though, they're using Tommy guns and shotguns, obliterating the cans and basically everything else nearby. We should probably get involved. You have to yell at them pretty loud to get their attention, but eventually you do. Hey, guys! Knock it off, you don't need to do target practice with machine guns, that's crazy! You're messing up the trees and scaring away all the animals and making a god-awful noise. The mob guys squint at you, then look at each other. One of them snaps a fresh drum into his Tommy gun. But if that's what you're going for, okay, well, great job. Way to go. Practice makes perfect. Anyway, violence. Yes, I forgot Buzzferati, our new mosquito friend. Alright, well, you can, in fact, if we ball, and then ball, starting with 3 AP feels broken as hell, and then free-for-all, and then kill. God, I love being wildly overpowered. You won. Good for you, sticking up for the rights of tin cans everywhere. New hat, new hat. Mob Fedora, this is a great hat, and nothing will ever change that. Mob Hair Tonic, Mob Firebomb, more XP from the Professor. Oh yeah, I forgot this distillery place. So many things have happened in this game, frankly. Is there a radio in here? There is not. Wait, I don't need to walk back to the door. I need to remember this. Fairy lair next, I guess. We're circling round. Get some grease out of some rocks. Fairies, do you have a radio? Ooh, you have a shadow hole. Hot dog of nothingness. Nothing of hot dogness. Nothing some money, nothing of hot dog. And if you get that joke, you're me. Wow, not even a random encounter. Hobo code? Oh, yeah. It was saying to ask this man for candy. Yes, but we actually want to ask him if we can rent an outhouse, don't we? Ask about termite poison. Sure was nice that we ever had a thing in the game suggesting that we could come here for that. Okay. Got any termite poison? I wish. Regulatory agency amendment stopped selling a few years back because it was, quote-unquote, killing everybody who used it. So more of an everything poison then. Yep. Wicked good for termites, though. But also, can I have some candy? You didn't just give us some. That was like 2 days ago in-game. Was it not here that we got the outhouses? Oh, or was it here in the past? Wait, what did that say? Something's wrong with this door in a way that termites are flooding doesn't readily explain. It is, but in the past, yeah. And plus, presumably this is before they banned the everything poison. Hello, young high Westo guy. What do you have for sale? Do you have termite poison? You do not. Okay. Outhouse rental. I ran the last one. We did all this already. What maintenance do you do? Oh yeah, we did all that. Okay, well here's 200 from me. Ah, okay. So this is choosing where we can have a time portal. Right. Okay, yeah, I did skip over a bunch of puzzles, didn't I? Fine. The Mushroom Cave. Mushroom Cave? That's not a choice. Nobody goes mushroom picking there anymore on account of the monsters. Monsters? Well, that's the rumor. You ask me, someone just ate the wrong kind of mushroom and got a bad case of the giblets. Anyway, I'll get the pit dug tomorrow and have the outhouse finished the day after. What else can I do for you? None of these are termite poison, right? Aha! The shelf is laden with dangerous pesticides that you're pretty sure were banned years ago. Among them you see a mason jar filled with an oily brown liquid. It has a handwritten label that says, termite poison. How much for the jar of termite poison? That'll be 22 meat. Sure. You buy the pesticide and place it very carefully in your sack. Thermoblast termite spray. A spray canister filled with chemicals that history demonstrated to be just as dangerous to humans as it is to termites. Mind don't get any of that on your skin. And don't breathe the fumes. And don't pour it down any drains or rivers or otherwise, let it get into the groundwater. And if the jar starts to melt, get it into a fresh jar straight away. Thanks, question mark? Okay, and then we go back to the present. Thank you for the hydrate reminder. Yeah, not sure what... If my voice sounds a bit weird, I don't know, I might have a bit of a bug or something, but... And yes, thank you also for the strange reminder. Oh, yeah. Okay, so... let's cave first. Sure are a lot of different plants out here. Do you know about herbs and stuff, Professor? Is any of this useful? Well, my main focus in the discipline of alchemy is on raw elements, not herbology, but I suppose I know a thing or two. See that willow tree in the distance? Its bark is useful as a cure for headaches. True. And these little white and yellow flowers are called feverfew. For curing fevers? One might assume so. Actually, it's for headaches. Most herbs are for headaches, now that I think about it. What about these shiny leaves? It's poison ivy, don't... You've already eaten it. Why would you do that? Well, hopefully the swelling will have abated by the time we reach our destination. Jimbert, my friend. He remains... This outhouse is both from and leads to a simpler time. Aha! Before this place was awful. I mean, it's still moderately awful. No, we should investigate. Non-violence appears to be a non-option here. Well, violence then. Wow, such damage. And yes, I know I'm just wildly overpowered for this area. Where's the professor? Where's the professor? Jimbert Himbert. Yeah, you're not wrong. I really should have checked people's numbers, so I knew if that would kill everyone. Yeah, whatever. You can just hit yourself. Oh, because I time traveled, so it's just me here. Well, that makes sense. At this point, he was trapped to the statue, so... Of course. That's how time travel works, don't at me. Cool, we killed the mushrooms. Stop filling me with mushroom blood, it's weird and probably not great for me. You taught those mushrooms a lesson you're not certain they ever actually had the capacity to remember or forget. Cool, question mark? More malevolent moving mushroom men. Well, massacre. Delicious spores? No. Stop. Cease immediately. All the things you're doing. Hate them. Okay, we have a Mushman Splode Spore just sitting there. When it's destroyed, it will poison my team for 6. Mushman Feeder. Mush Mother and Mushling. Okay, so you can dive balls. She may be the biggest himbert you've ever met, but on the other hand, she sure can murder people with sports equipment. Hey, that's my bug. Why would you attack that? Now you're... Okay, you're not filling me with exploding mushroom blood, so there's that at least. And you can just stop hitting yourself to death. Okay, no, we do still have to kill this thing. But it's fine because the poison won't have a turn to take effect. Mushman Spear, like the story of its acquisition, this spear is long and painful and nobody at the coffee shop is interested in it. That's very good. God, there's so more of them. Third and final group of hostile fungi. Great. Soon there will be no more groups of hostile fungi, because I will have out-hostiled them all. Please stop extruding underlings on Twitch. I'm pretty sure that violates some TOS or other. Okay, dive balls. You can also dive balls. And you guessed it, balls. And then you can just dive regular hammer. Because that hits like a train. These will attempt to accomplish something. And successfully kill a mosquito, so, you know. I guess that is a thing you allegedly accomplished. But now you're dead of balls. And you're dead of dead. There we go. You have reduced the number of ambulatory mushrooms in this cave to 0. Hurrah! 0 is the proper number. Based on its unusual appearance and aura, you'd say this is the source of the bad mushroom magic. Well, kill it immediately. Yeah, there we go. That was easy. Whoever misplaced this axe apparently didn't know that trees do not generally grow in caves. Cool. We have an axe now. And we can high-step out of here and back to the present and see if there's anything in here then. And by then I mean now. Hello again, Professor. Glowy bracket fungus, shadow hole, a shadow grease. Item drops up by 50. Neat. I imagine if we'd left the axe there, it would now be here and rusty and crap. These fungi are all glowy and have an interact, or like a examine prompt, so who knows, maybe they're actually a thing. I was meant to be looking for radios. I found an radio. I should probably look for the other radio. Let's go to the mine. You wander off the main path and stroll along among the trees for a bit. Let's get out in nature for a bit. At least until you walk into an invisible spiderweb and it gets tangled in your hair. While flailing around, disgusted, trying to get it off you stumble into a second spiderweb, which goes right across your face. Ah! And that's how, staggering blindly, you get yourself tangled up in a third spiderweb, this one much larger and stronger and made to trap prey of more or less your size. The extremely large spider sitting in the corner of the web looks delighted to see you. And inasmuch as a spider can smile, this one's smile has poison dripping off of it. Well, that's all a horrifying image from head to toe. But luckily, we have 3 muscle. With a yell of power or terror, you yank yourself free of the webs and run away, leaving behind an annoyed and disappointed spider. You indeed. Okay, we're back at the mine, where there's a radio. Aha! There was only one case the whole time. Go back into past mine. Kill the termites. The support beam is now termite free. Let's go back to the present. And wait, no, we want to stay here. Brain, come on. Big crack in the wall, and now we have a pickaxe. When did we get a pickaxe? I can't remember. Sometime last time. Cool, that's a door. Support beam may be old, but at least it's not full of termites. And what is there in this side shift? Side shaft. It's a column of frosty basalt. Be kind to it. Compliment the basalt until it warms up to you. Great. An old knapsack. Pants and a book. Antique blue jeans. Ooh, plus muscle pants. Love that for me. And a simple journal from a simpler time. What does it say? January 4th. Open a side passage into a new cave, a real big one. Lots of nice crystal outcroppings, should be a real good haul. Also a bunch of big stone pillars. They look like the kind you get when a stalactite or a stalagmite touch and keep going, but those are most commonly limestone. And these don't look like any limestone I ever saw. Too red. Pretty creepy. That's a speleothem. Probably ought to just chisel one open and see if there's anything good in the middle. January 5th. Brought my chisels today, but I don't know what I was thinking. Dripstone columns don't have anything special in the middle of them. That doesn't make any sense. Gathered some of the regular crystals instead. You know, maybe tomorrow I will bust into one of those columns just to see, you know. There could be some really, really good shiny treasures inside. January 6th. I am 100% certain that there are no treasures inside those pillars. I don't even remember writing that last bit of yesterday's entry. And that is why I, Ezekiel Pixley, am definitely going to open up all of those pillars and claim their incredible treasures all for myself first thing in the morning. I think there might be something mildly mind-affecting down here. Yeah, that's just a vibe I'm getting. January 7th. Had my hammer and chisel all ready to go and gave one of the columns a great big kiss. That kind of made me stop and wonder what I was doing. Read back through this diary again and decided to blast the tunnel closed and skip town. Get as far from here as I can. I'm leaving the diary in case anyone else finds the mine. Don't dig out those back tunnels, unless you want the shiniest, sexiest treasure you ever saw, or my name ain't Ezekiel Pixley, which it is. It's completely me writing this. Go ahead and open the tunnels, it's fine. Well, I'm convinced. Cart full of mine tailings, with a bunch of money in it. And here, a grindstone ring. Almost all of your random encounters will be fights. That's good for, as one might assume, grinding. What's in the Shadow Rift? Huh, was my head always a pickaxe? Yes, probably. Right, called the rock piles. Part of the nothingness is missing here. And these are reforming. Do I have to do them quickly so they're all gone at the same time, or...? Yes, I do. What's going on in here? This undulating rift of shadowy energy is certainly to blame. Well, we have pliers for that. You bang on the edges of the portal with the weird magic pliers until it closes itself out of sheer annoyance with your inability to use tools correctly. That's our Jimbit. Not the sharpest pickaxe in the mine. One of those fancy mining helmets. What was the mines is now yours. See what they did there? An extremely enthusiastic rat has chewed a hole in this solidly locked solid steel cabinet. It fills you with determination. 22-year-old stick of dynamite. It's probably fine. There is an old stick of dynamite and a hole in this thing. Light it up. Yeah, thought that might be it. Oh, yeah. Here's some disappointing explosions in your life, but that one really failed to even make a dent in the cake. This rock must be made of tougher stuff than a relatively fresh stick of dynamite can handle. Yes, this is how dynamite works, absolutely. So if we get a 22-year-old stick of dynamite, high steppy out of here. Get in the hot time hole. Back into the mine. Remember when we were going to be doing chapter 4 today? Nope, let's do puzzles we ignored before. put the dynamite in it, leave. Because if you're going to maintain that it's more dangerous when it's older, then we can game that. Because this is literally a game. Hello, Professor. You're right. Bye. There's an extremely old stick of dynamite in a hole in this thing. It's practically squirting nitroglycerin. There's an image. Saw your title and thought that's optimistic. Wow. How can you not believe in me like this? Yeah, look at the crystals! You've blown the geode open, exposing a huge variety of crystals. You got a crystal now. And we also got rid of whatever was messing with people's brains in here. Success? Question mark. To the crystal store! A sudden loud whoop sound causes you and Dr. Adams to turn around as a second Dr. Adams steps out of a glowing blue wormhole. Most excellent. My calculations were accurate. Good afternoon, Dr. Adams. How extraordinary. Good afternoon to you, future Dr. Adams, I presume. Indeed. I'm afraid I have little time in which to converse, but I must give you a warning. Before bronzing yourself for the third time, remember to unplug your microwave oven. I don't know what that is. I'll be sure to make a note of it, thank you. Is this related to the eye patch? No, this is merely for fashion. My intention is to prevent the necessity of robot legs. They will be very expensive. I mean, yeah, makes sense. The two Dr. Adamses shake hands and you continue on your way. He just keeps leveling. Hey, Crystal. How's that man break off anything expensive? I don't remember how she sounded. I mean, that is... You may notice a recurring theme on this stream is I can't remember how anyone sounds, and there is no consistency. Yes, in fact. You did? Well, that's just great. Hang on a minute. She leaves and comes back an hour later with 2 big armloads of crystals. You just give me a couple of hours now. I'll give you a fully functional crystal shop now, okay? What should I do in the meantime? Got some more magazines here somewhere. Aye, yeah, here they are. You spend a while reading. It's mostly op-ed pieces about political scandals from 20 years ago, but you managed to learn a thing or two. Crystal eventually taps you on the shoulder. All set now? Don't suppose you want to make a purchase? She smiles now. Hurrah. Consistency is the goblin of little minds. Sure, let's go with that. Yeah, this magazine's fascinating. Say, did you hear all the sketchy land grants up in Oregon? I remember my grandparents talking about it. With that Mitchell, what a sneaky snake. Yeah. Anyway, got you a little something to say thanks. When I was going through the crystals, I found a small one that I really can't sell for very much, and I just thought of you. Twinkling crystal statuette. You remember when the very idea of this crystal was no more than a twinkle in Crystal's eye. I presume that's for our room. Thanks, what else have you got? That might be, you know, good. Oh, elemental armors. +3. I'll take the spooky one, because we only have a +1 spooky accessory. Ooh. Actually, no, they're only 50 each. I'll just take them all. For a minute, I thought I was wearing an enormous crystal hat. And now there are crystals on the sign and everything. Okay. Now, let's go back to the hardware store, because the museum and the pet store were the other places we could put our time travel outhouse. And they're the only place we haven't checked for radios yet. Squeeze some rocks, get some grease, that's how it works. Back to the hardware store. Back to the hardware store. Hello again, can we move my outhouse? Ain't started digging yet, so that's fine. Which one instead of the mushroom cave? Pet store. Pet store? Oh, hey, you must mean the bait shop. Love that sense of humor you got. Pet worms. Alrighty, I get the pit dug tomorrow and have the outhouse finished the day after. Cool. Good for, well, me, mostly. To the pet/bait store. You see your past self coming up the road towards you, and remember that 300 meat you owe you. Maybe you ought to pay that back so the paradox doesn't destroy causality or anything. I had time to do nothing with it. And nothing has changed. But hey, you stroll up to yourself and hand her 300 meat. As expected, she's a bit puzzled by this. And then we do this conversation again. You roll your eyes. What a cornball joke. You're frankly embarrassed to have made it. And that's why you don't have to worry about where the meat came from, because from outside the closed time-like curve it's following, it never existed, because it doesn't affect anything outside of that. Problem solved. Grady's live bait. Don't know why the sign sounds like that. Barrel of chum. You do not want to be pals with it. Puns. Barrel of wriggling slimy grubs. Barrel is sealed, but from the smell you'd say it's full of decaying shellfish. Gonna take your questionable sense of humour and go commit to democracy. Yeah, good plan. Go vote. Go be an engaged member of society, and I'll talk to you later. Barrel's full of dirt, but you're sure there's something nasty hiding in it. Like, super dirt, I don't know. This one's full of pickles. Probably for catching those fish that like eating pickles. I think they're called trans women. The joke was right there and I'm allowed to make it, alright? Barrel of miscellaneous useful entrails. There's a mousetrap set up here. Disarm the trap. You disarm the mousetrap. Grady frowns. Hey, what's the big idea? I just hate traps. Grady frowns. He walks over, resets the mousetrap, frowns again, and goes back behind the counter. We need to distract the man. Hello. Hello there. Hello, and welcome to Grady's Live Bait. I'm Grady, and this, he points in various directions, is my bait shop. Grady smiles. Nice to meet you. Anything you need help with by any chance? I collect side quests, and I should have done this a while back. Well, I'm always looking for people to dig up night crawlers for me. Night crawlers. He reaches under the counter and pulls out a handful of wriggling worms, which he then waves in your face. Yeah, worms. You will never forget that smell. Interested in doing some worm hunting? Sure, question mark. Good deal. Dig up, let's call it 5. 5 good-sized night crawlers and I'll make it worth your while. Here, you'll need this. I already have one of those, but hey. Oh yeah, and now that I've got a pickaxe, there was the place I needed to use it back in the moist, wasn't there? I'll never remember this. How will I know where to dig? Just follow your nose. You want another sniff to refresh your memory? He starts to reach under the counter again. No, I've got it. I'll be back when I have your worms. But also, can we see what's for sale? Sure, can I interest you in some minnows? Minnows? Yep. They wriggle quite vigorously, I assure you. Irresistible to hungry fish. I don't want any minnows. Well, that's all right. Maybe you'd like to look at our grasshoppers then. No? No grasshoppers, gotcha. What about a nice handful of grubs, plump and juicy? Gross, no. Okay, then how about some leeches, chock full of blood? This is awful. Well, if none of those strike your fancy, I think maybe you're not actually in the market for any live bait. I think you're right. Okay, bye. So presumably we have to make friends do the worm hunting to make friends with him so that we can disarm the mousetrap. This patch of ground smells like night crawlers. Deek. Few things have as big a delta between how cool the thing is and how cool the name is than the Nightcrawler. You're not wrong. And there's our radio. So that's all our radios for this area. Yes. And we bought all your pets. So now what? We just wander around until we find places that smell, I guess. Herbs and headaches and me eating poison ivy. Any smell patches at the museum? I mean, probably. Does this graveyard smell? No. Do these outhouses smell? Yes, but that's unrelated. Mushroom cave. Nightstand in a ditch. Get some matches, sure. Anywhere in here smell? I mean, probably. I'm sure there will be something we can do with the glowing fungus at some point. No. The mine. God, we've spent so much time at this mine. Fight some spiders, I guess. Oh yeah, shadow spiders. Who do quite a lot of damage because it's not physical. It's our least armored element, annoyingly. But luckily, they all died to ball. Can't decide if ball feels utterly broken or I've just made a successful build. I run into this problem a lot. Cool, problem solved. Shadows died. Aha! Smell! Oh no, the smell has faded. I was just like, why does it still smell? How much XP do I have now? 224. Okay. Intimidate your opponents at the start of combat. That sounds good. You're only as tough as people think you are. Luckily, people think you're extremely tough, because you never stop talking about how tough you are. That's absolutely how it works. But yes, intimidating my opponents at the start of combat sounds good. I wonder, does that still smell in the past? Can I, like, collect the past form of this Nightcrawler I've got now? No. Okay, and you can't use the map in the past? TIL? Possibly I already L'd, but you know. Get grease out of rocks. Smell. That's what, 3? To the lighthouse. Eat some poison ivy. No, but some are in the past. Yeah, I mean, the first one we got was in the past, so. 4 night crawlers. Ah. The dam. The trees in this clearing are tagged for felling. Seems some big city construction company plans on crafting a giant crossbow to kill God. Why is my only option to untie the tags? Like, I object to deforestation, but I'm also very interested in the plan to build a giant crossbow to kill God. Not today, big city construction company. Not today. I steppy across the face of the dam. Go into the past. Does anything smell? Yes. Is that 5 now? Sure is. Back to the pet store. Right down the road. Ah, your future save turns up again, this time lugging an old wooden crate. Here, take these. These, what? It's a case of antique bandages. They'll come in handy. But I can't use them. I'll have to keep them so I can foist them off on another me to close the loop. You're just sticking me with a pointless errand I'll have to do later. I love this side story, by the way. No, dummy, use these ones. Then ask Charles Wallace for the crate of old bandages that Murray left in the storeroom. That's where I got these. Didn't you get them from yourself, like I'm doing now? No, I used those. Look, just take them. Got a lot to learn about causality. Okay, fine. Jeez. And I can't ask Charles for them, because this is the time when Charles was missing, and you'd think my past self would know that. And they're healed for 15. Nice. I don't make these things like they used to. Probably because it turned out they're like 75% poison. As somebody who's allergic to old-style plasters, yeah. Hi, Grady, I found your gross worms. Now I'm done. Fantastic. You hand over the worms. As promised, honest pay for honest work. You gain 100 meat. Can't help but think that revolting pay would be more appropriate, but Grady beats you to that thought by pulling a flower pot out from behind the counter and handing it to you with a grin. Great, it's a nightcrawler in a vessel full of its own food, which is also its own waste. Now can I sneakily disarm the mousetrap? Hee hee hee. I don't want anything else from you. No, instead I want to go into your future. Good thing nobody else is using these time portals I'm leaving around. Hi, Greta, what are you selling? Pretty much just this big worm. A worm? I'm intrigued. You're right to be. A worm is a valuable ally. Imagine a snake, except your enemies can't tell which end is the head and which is the butt. They won't know if it's coming or going. Could it poison things like snake? No. But it's slimy and people hate that. Super gross. Just 150 to cover the paperwork, and you've got yourself a worm. Sold. I am, you know... Speaking of extremely niche transphobe jokes, I am very susceptible to a woman telling me I should get into Worm. Having done so in the past, it's a good book. Now, what do we call the worm? I mean, I've got to maintain that reference I was just making it. The worm is called Taylor. If you know, you know. Taylor the worm. Worm has no idea that it shows its entire existence to you. Deals stench damage, has terrible stats. But we could buy Chow. Haha, we've bought you everything. No, we've bought everything from you, the opposite of that. Now can we pet the cat? You give the cat a little scratch behind its ears and it begins to loudly purr. Ah, she likes you. Her name's Dottie, by the way. Yes, cat. Cat. Pet cat. We currently have 3 hot armor from Hecte's boon. We can get Dottie's boon for +1 moxie. Let's do that. Yes, good. Stretch and hydrate. You make an excellent point. Oh, yeah, that was a series of noises. One day I'll stop being surprised by the series of noises. I mean, like, if we leveled her up a bit, Taylor could actually be good, and I'm very much enjoying the reference I'm making. I don't know if things have that much stench armor, so I might just equip her and then Chow. And Chow. 43311, Buzzkaratu is at 45314. Yeah, so Taylor just needs to level up a little bit. No, not inventory, the opposite of that. Not the opposite of that, that doesn't make any sense. You find some spiderwebs stretched across your path. As you move to brush them away, you notice runic patterns woven into the webs. Spider writing? Translate it. You determine that the runes are spider speak for send flies. While you're surprised to learn that spiders can write, you're unsurprised to learn that their writing is so pedestrian. Okay. In here. Into the back. Into the void. Out here. Change my mind about the outhouse. Sandwich museum. They've already got a pretty state-of-the-art toilet facility there, but, well, never hurts to have a backup, I suppose. What are you selling again? Nothing exciting. Got it. Oh yeah, we should. Back into the correct time. And thence to the Sandwich Museum. Oh yeah. Let's just kill some mob goons quickly. Ah, yeah, there you go. There's overconfidence. Also, we have a random hobo friend named Cthulhu Hernandez. That sure is a name you've got there, Mr. Hernandez. Also a large cleaver. How do you kneecap a worm? It doesn't have knees. I love that that's her principal method of locomotion. And they have physical armor. Oh no. My one weakness is them not having a weakness. Let's just... what do I have that hits all enemies? Fine. 10 physical to all enemies. It'll only do 7 physical. Sorry. And then... Okay, so I can ball for a total of 8. Stop hitting yourself will only do 2, so not really worth it. Should probably just finish off killing one of them. And then also kill this one. And then you can poison my worm. Not poison, unpoison. Heal, that's the word. Cthulhu can hit this guy with a cleaver. You ever just get hit with a cleaver by Cthulhu? And then Taylor will get the kill. Very nice. And we got a shotgun. Once it's been used for the first time, isn't every gun a shotgun? Makes you think. Okay, right. Here we are at the Sandwich Museum, where now we do have a portal into the past. So, hey, that seems like as good a time as any. Take a short break that we're technically slightly overdue for, but hey. They give me the snooze button, I'm going to use it. Yeah, so... I'm going to get up and walk around and get some more water and run some ads and do the general self-care things. You should do them too. Get up, move around, have a drink, have a snack. Take your meds if you need to. This is a reminder. And, hey, maybe go sabotage your mousetrap. Or don't. I'm not your mum. But in any case, let the ads run if you can, and I will be back in a few minutes when we will go into the past of the totally witch village. Absolutely. Everything has been completely accurately reported by historians. Alright. Love you all. See you in a few. And we're back. Hi everyone, welcome back to the game where I get sidetracked from my sidetracks by sidetracks. Wait a minute, what did that say? It said something about a Day of the Tentacle reference and I didn't read it. Damn it. Anyway, here's the village of Sandwich. Welcome to Sandwich. Don't break the law, please. The discarded newspaper says March 3rd, 1692. That's a few days before the last entry in that diary from Putnam House. Somebody led this horse to water, but the horse is finishing the job itself. That's what that phrase means. Yeah, that was very loud. Oh, hello. Come right in. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to intrude. Not at all. I'm always glad to have visitors when my husband is out riding the circuit. My name's Jibbet Barflower. A pleasure. I'm Teresa Danforth. A handmade bed, which has been made, presumably also by hand. Bunch of barrels. No secret passage. There is zero reason for you to expect there to be one. Suspicious. There's so much fish there. Nice clean wash basin, as one would hope it would be. Splash face. Ah! We have cleansed our sandwich sins! By also availing ourselves of stuff we found in somebody else's house. But hey, don't think too hard about it. Also, let's fish. Got some more clean water. Not much sign of potion brewing here, unless tea counts. I mean, it does. It's a real reader. All the titles look pretty boring, though. What an unusual outfit. Whereabouts are you from? I guess you could say I'm from Ocean City. Oh, the big city. That must be much more exciting than our little village. Hard to sell this place short. The city's more modern, that's all. On account of it being 200 and some years in the future. Said your husband's riding the circuit? What's that mean? He's a judge for the county. Most of the little towns out this way are too small to have their own courthouse and judge. They save up their legal matters, and Clarence rides around to settle things once a month or so. That must take a while. It's get lonely while he's away. Oh, our boy Tom and I keep each other company well enough. Oh, yeah, that's the same thing. What's full of barrels? Ugh. We won a year's supply of cream at the last county's fair. Didn't expect them to give it to us all at once. None of us even particularly care for cream. Would you care for a ladleful, or even a whole barrel? No, thanks, I'm good. Really, Jimbert? You're an adventure game protagonist. If somebody offers you a thing, you take it, and then days down the line, you use it to solve an esoteric puzzle. Bunch of barrels are apparently full of cream? It's a lot of cream. It's a lot of cream. Door to this house is locked. I've only had somewhere to unlock things that are locked. Okay. Or use it at the bar. Exactly. White Russians for everyone. Fish and well. Not much meat because it's the past. That makes sense. A sentence that made sense in context. This gazebo, which I... Oh, there we go. Sign reads, Sandwich Gazebo, vagrants not welcome. Not very friendly. Vandalize it. You look around to make sure nobody's watching. And scratch the knot off the sign. Take that authority. Vagrants welcome. Yes, indeed. Church. A regular church altar. One of the kids had left a... One of the kids has left a gloopy jam sandwich lying on the corner. Signs written in crayon. Today is the trial of Patricia Williams, who stands accused of stealing Tom Danforth's pocket watch, making a dumb-looking doll, writing Peter Proctor is a stinky, rude word head on the wall of the outhouse. Oh my god, they say it wasn't a witch trial at all. The concept. Huh. A group of 3 kids is gathered around a little girl holding an odd doll. Have fun meeting, good luck with the big village creepy mystery. I will do my best. Talk to you later. Order! Order! Come on, if we're going to have a trial, we've got to do it properly. I don't see why we've got to have a dumb old trial anyway. We all know she's guilty. I didn't do anything. Why are you so mean to me? Because you're weird and an outsider. I only live half a mile down the road. I was born here. Yeah, but your family's outsiders. Your father wasn't born here. My family's been here for like 60 generations. Closer to 4, actually, but the larger point stands. The little girl bursts into tears. Oh, let's get schooled by these kids. Hey, kids, what's going on here? Huh? Who are you? I've never seen you around here before. My name's Jim Bird. I'm a traveller? Well, we're having a trial for that crybaby Patricia. I'm Tom, the judge, and that's Delia, the jury, and Peter's the executioner. Executioner? Jeez, kid. Well, we're not going to literally execute her properly. My past says you shouldn't decide on the punishment till after the conviction. Uh-huh. Well, how's it going? Not great. Patricia just keeps crying instead of presenting any kind of proper defense. I see. Will you be my attorney? Attorney. Will you be attorney? Well, that's a good idea, actually. Then you can present the case and she can cry as much as she wants. How's she going to pay for it? My father ain't going to lend tawny fees to some slanderizing crybaby. Yeah, I'll do it pro bono, which means the bone. Oh, thank you. So, what's the trial about? The defendant stands accused of 3 crimes: stealing Tom Danforth, that is my gold pocket watch, defacing the public outhouse with a very rude slogan about Peter Proctor, and making a weird doll. I didn't do any of those things. You've got the doll right there. Look, it's got 3 arms. That's weird. But it was regular when I made it. She starts crying, yeah. Okay, what do I need to do? Well, we're at the part of the trial where the defense would submit evidence that contradicts one of the charges. What the... yeah, no, I'll be right back. You can't just leave. We're in the middle of a trial. Yeah, but what if I have to go? That's what I'm saying. You can't. No, I mean, what if I have to go? You know? Oh, well, I just can't just unload in the middle of a church. Jeez, lady, all right. Fine, I hereby suspend the trial for a short recess. Thanks. What? No, yeah. Words were said there. Because if we jump back to the future, back to the Putnam house, and also where it said about the absolute, oh yeah, sandwich cream that was the village's chief export. Yeah, of course. Is there a secret passage behind her? No, am I just bothering this woman? That's mostly stuff I sold to her. Yes, Delia Putnam's diary. I should have used a much stronger curse on Peter Proctor. Curses in the swear word. So, yeah, it was Delia Putnam that did that. Here's the boring ragdoll. Can the security guard say anything more? No. Okay, guess I have to be looking around more in the past. Yeah, the Putnam house is locked. Like this time of daisies, I have good news. There are 2 others just like it. It's true. A root cellar there. State-of-the-art toilet facility. You poke your head inside. There's some graffiti scratched on the wall. Peter Proctor is a stinky doo-doo head. Make a rubbing. Make a copy of the graffito for your records. We'll look in the big house in a minute. First, the cemetery, which is less populated. There are the damsel parents. Marianne Joseph Putnam, Beatrice Proctor, Elisha Proctor. Oh yeah, he was the one who his listed death date was like 300 years later, wasn't it? Am I misremembering that? Should probably just go and check out the big house, but I'm getting distracted from my distractions once again. Oh, hello. Looks like that change you made to the sign had an effect. There's a hobo hanging out here eating sandwich cream right out of the jar. Hello? Hi there. Enjoying that sandwich cream? Sure am. I can't get enough of this stuff. Probably why everyone called me Creamy Steve. Probably. Yeah. Best sandwich cream in the tri-state area right here. It's a traditional recipe. Do you know of hobo code? Sure. I know 2 words. One of them cream. Yep. And the other one is here. Okay, but the hobo camp. I bet they'd be interested in this cream. Oh, you think so? I'd love to share this with other like-minded individuals. Sure, you could set up an extremely specific trade route. Oh, Creamy Steve runs into the gift shop to get some more cream for the road. Okay, then. Well, yeah, we've had an effect. Oh, it was Nicholas Proctor, who was 230. Peter Proctor, born 1680, died 1692. He was a duty head until the very end. Okay, right. Now let's go back into the past and do the Proctor house. And maybe one day we will work out what Creamy Steve's accent was supposed to be. Let's go into the cellar first. The doors are locked with an expensive German combination lock requiring a 5-letter word. Well, I don't know it. Possibly something in the Proctor house would have suggested this. The chessboard was abandoned mid-game. Consider the board for a moment, then make a move. Now white's winning. Too bad, black. Oh yeah, because they were like, well, this decorative chessboard is the triumph of evil, and haha, no more. There are people over there now. It's an arras, depicting several heiresses. Get it? Hide behind it. You hide behind the arras, hoping the Proctors aren't genealogically Danish. Oh, it's a Hamlet joke. Got it. Fortunately, Mrs. Proctor doesn't seem to have noticed your move. Her conversation gradually returns to a less hushed, more easily eavesdroppable volume. Drop those eaves. Did I mention we've been picking out some new furniture for the bedrooms? Oh, really? Yes. Bureaus and armoires and such. I found a delightful little nightstand for Peter's room. It even has a secret compartment in it for when he's older and needs to hide sinful lithographs from us. How charming. Is it? Excuse me, can I help you with something? No, thanks, I'm fine. What I'm getting at is, why are you in my house? Oh, I'm just looking around? Look, I am not one to be inhospitable to uninvited guests, even total strangers, but I do have company at the moment, so if you'll excuse me. Sure, no problem. No? Okay. Mrs. Proctor shoots you a stern look. Fortunately, she's too genteel to just throw you the heck out of her house. She returns to her conversation, though it's a level too hushed for you to hear. Can I arras again? You don't have any reason to do that. I do lots of things I don't have any reason to do, game. Okay, so let's go and investigate the Proctor house in the present. Yep, and now it actually says, an old and dilapidated church altar. There are some brown splotches on the corner that are quite probably old jam. Yes, we knew that. There we go, white is winning, representing the triumph of the witch hunters over the town's terrifying witch cult. Oh god, guys, come on. Get it together. This velvet rope's keeping you out of Peter's room, despite the fact that you have legal authority to search it. Kind of. You unhook the velvet rope and stash it somewhere out of mind. Can I do that to the other ropes? No? Boo. Wow, this kid has his very own sculpture of a toy box. It's solid mahogany. Sure. Half-height dressing mirror? Hi, Jembert. Bye, Jembert. Custom child height window. Accessibility is important. This child's bed from 100 years ago is still nicer than any bed you've ever owned. The Proctor's nightstand. The only thing inside is a sheet of paper listing several things that have been taken away by the Historical Society for restoration and cataloguing. Bag of fancy glass marbles and steel ball bearings, a fake spider made of horsehair and copper wire, stuff like that. Nothing that seems relevant to the trial, but hidden compartment though. You reach inside the drawer and feel around until you find the little catch that makes the secret compartment pop open. Oh, what's this? Huh, what is this? Severed ragdoll arm. Seems suspicious, but isn't the problem with Patricia's doll that it has too many arms? Yeah, but it's an even number now. So it could just as easily be multiple dolls. Each with a regular number of arms. Okay, so what was the other thing? The doll, calling Peter a duty head. And we know that was Delia Putnam. The doll we have an arm for in Peter's room. What was the other thing? Is it on my side quest list? Sure isn't. The game seems very particular about what does and doesn't count as a side quest. Ah. Talk to these people about their children. I ran into Tom at the church. Playing with the other kids. Seems like a real smart cookie.
Oh my, yes, he takes after his father. Always got his nose in a book. It'd be nice if they got to spend more time together, but the pocket watch Clarence got Tom for his birthday has helped.
Pocket watch?
Fine gold pocket watch. To help keep track of when he'd be back, Clarence said. Tom really cherishes it. Do you know the boy said he wants to be buried with that watch?
Buried with it?
Oh, wow.
Well, I guess I know what grave we're desecrating. Okay, and stealing my pocket watch was the that was the other thing. I have evidence concerning the doll? Question mark?
You guess. That doesn't sound very evidential. What did you find?
Well, I found this alarm that looks like it was torn off a rag doll, but if Patricia already has 3...
Let me see. Oh, yes, this is mine. Look.
Patricia holds up her doll, showing you the stitches where she fixed the hole left by the torn off arm.
Wait, your doll was originally a regular 4-armed one? Huh? I made it based on yours because I thought it was neat.
Hang on, a 4-armed doll is regular in 1692.
Not everywhere, but around here, yeah. I get so bored. I wanted something different, so I made a doll with 4 arms, but I'm not allowed to be different, so I had to tell Mum and Pa it was the regular fashion for dolls, and I don't know, it just became a thing.
I think I get it. So you were mad because you thought Patricia had out-differented you by having an asymmetric doll.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Patricia, that wasn't fair. Your doll's really good. I liked it better than mine. Oh, thanks. I forgive you, Delia. Our dolls can hang and make up. Say, that's funny. I just noticed the fabric on the missing arm has gone all stiff. Like it's really old or something.
Oh,
And I'm wondering why you said in 1692 like that?
Well, I guess might as well come clean. I time traveled here from the future.
Huh. Well, that would explain it then.
I expected a little more pushback on that, to be honest.
Where did you actually find the arm? We haven't really resolved what happened.
I found it in...
Who cares? It's just a stupid rag doll. If your parents had any money, you two could have real dolls instead of making your own out of trash.
Yeah, I found out in a secret compartment of Peter's nightstand.
Why, you? Yeah, that figures. Not surprising in the least. Charge dismissed.
What's left of the other one? I excuse myself by pretending to have severe intestinal distress. Okay. Need to find... a word for that. Need to find a key to the Putnam house. But we're making progress. Because if we go back here, do we compare the rubbing to this? There we go. Wait a minute. This handwriting matches the graffiti from the outhouses. Well, let's tear it out of this museum exhibit. You look over your shoulder and see the guard watching you. You're going to have to distract him if you want to get away with tearing a page out of this book and then get away with the page you tore out of this book. Hello. Hi there. Ah, brag. Hey, chick. Sorry, man, I just got paid to stand here and keep an eye on things. I don't actually know anything about the exhibits. Huh, guess that won't work. Okay. Ah, can we pull out the pins? You discreetly pull a bunch of the pins out of the doll and drop them on the floor. Fortunately, it isn't quiet enough in here for the guard to have heard that. Okay. I'm doing things because I can. Ah, yeah, the pins have fallen out. A bunch of pins fell out of that doll? Oh man, I just got paid. Wait, what did you say? Some of the pins fell out of that weird voodoo doll or whatever. They might be dangerous. Someone could step on them. Oh, jeez. He goes to the display and starts picking pins up off the floor. Nice. You clear your throat loudly to cover the sound of the paper tearing and stuff it up your sleeve while flipping back to the front of the book. Let's say, Batman, the floor here is hazardous. I didn't see if the doll was different. I should have checked if the doll was different. Okay, so we've got that. And we also need to go and desecrate a grave. Desecrate, if you will. Thomas Stanford. Dig it up. Well, look at that. I'm going to wish after all. We have the pocket watch. Can we dig any of these others up? Not even 230-year-old necklace. This one's covered in lichen. Okay. To the past. Pious Steffi through the past. I have evidence that proves she didn't steal the pocket watch. Well then, present it to the court. Here it is. It's your pocket watch, right? Hey, yeah, it is. Wow, thanks. Where did you find it? I'd rather not say. It isn't evidence if you don't tell us where you found it. It might have been in our house or something. Alright, well I found it in your grave. What? I'm a time traveller from the future, remember? I heard your mum say that you love that pocket watch so much you want to be buried with it when you die. So I went back to my time and dug up your grave to see if you were, and you were, and there it is. That's crazy. You're crazy? Possibly. It's true, though. And the fact that you were buried with that watch, Tom, means that you eventually would have found it wherever you lost it, so Patricia didn't steal it. Tom squints at the watch in thought, and then winds it and holds it up to his ear. It still works. Finest craftsmanship, still working after 236 years. They won't make them like that anymore. Okay, but this doesn't prove Patricia didn't take it. Maybe I found it in her house, or she gave or will give it back to me, or something. Yeah, maybe, but it's closed loop now. We can't ever know how you would have gotten your watch back, because now you got it back because I just gave it to you. And isn't that all you really wanted, was to get your watch back? You never really believed Patricia stole it. I would like to know what happened to it, but yeah, you're right. Sorry, Patricia, I hereby withdraw my accusation. Thanks.
Cleared Patricia on most of the charges, but she's still accused of vandalizing the outhouse. It still counts as vandalism if it's true. Hey! Yes, it's vandalism either way. Just checking.
I have evidence that proves Patricia didn't write it.
Alright, let's see it then.
I have here 2 pieces of paper. This one is a rubbing from the outhouse showing the graffiti in question. Second. Court has a brief adjournment while I drink.
Peter Proctor is a stinky... Yes, that's the graffiti in question, alright. My father basically owns this crummy town. He won't get away with this slander, Patricia. Technically, it's libel, not slander. What's the other piece of paper?
This is a page from someone's diary. Someone who clearly thinks Pete Proctor is a stinky doo-doo head. And if you compare the handwriting to the graffiti, they're a perfect match.
Wow, they sure are. Whose diary is this from?
The diary this came from belongs to Delia Putnam.
What? Give me that.
She snatches the diary page away from you.
Wait a minute, I don't remember writing this. Hey, this is dated 3 days from now. Paper is really old, too. What's going on here?
I already told you guys, I'm from the future. I stole this from a museum.
My diary was in a museum? Wow. So you admit that, yeah, I wrote the graffiti, yeah, whatever. It isn't libel if it's true, right? Hey. Yes, that's correct. And in any case, the charge against Patricia is hereby dropped.
You do owe someone an apology, though, Delia.
Yeah. Not you, duty head. She means Patricia. Sorry, Patricia. It was Peter I was mad at, but I didn't mean to get you in trouble for it. It's okay. He is duty head. Hey!
What's next?
Everything's been accounted for. Congratulations, Patricia. You've been acquitted of all charges. Oh, thank goodness. Thank you, Miss Jimbert.
No problem. Happy to help.
Is there anything we can do for you in return?
There's one thing I'm curious about. Do you kids know anything about witches?
Witches? You mean like black magic, consorting with the devil, that kind of thing?
Yeah.
Check out this Ruby thinks witches are real. Yeah, that's just scary stories parents tell their children to make them go to bed on time.
So, no witches, no witch trials, nothing like that?
No, not that I've ever heard of, and my dad travels the whole region on his court circuit.
Huh. Okay, thanks. And the sign is still there, but presumably they'll get rid of it. Anything else to say? Kids are hanging around and chatting amicably. It's nice to see them all getting along. Can I borrow her house key? Hey, Delia, can I borrow the key to your house?
Excuse me?
I need it for a time travel thing.
Probably wants to burglarize you and make a killing on the antiques market in the future. That wouldn't work. If she took something from now into the future, it would still be new. Antiques aren't valuable unless they go the long way round. Look, why do you actually want my house key?
Well, I'm not exactly sure, but apparently your house catches fire sometime in the future, and I think it might be a good idea to prevent that.
Wow, yes, I agree with you. Unfortunately, I lost my key while I was out playing in the countryside. Do you have some kind of magic future way to find lost keys?
Huh. Well, maybe I'll think of something. Do I have a metal detector or something? Also, can I do anything more in here? No. I guess. Yeah. We go and see if we can find it in the woods around here in the future. Hello again. Okay. Oh, look at that. The last page has been torn out by some history-hating scoundrel, no doubt. We've done that. What if we just go out here and wander? Aha! You spend a little time poking around the woods near Sandwich Village, hoping to find Delia's lost house key. You give up quickly, though, as finding a 230-year-old needle in a haystack miles wide seems unlikely. Okay. Way to read me, game. Maybe you'll come across something later that'll help. Some kind of lost metal finding device. Until then, this is clearly a wild goose chase. Did manage to find some funky fungus spores, at least. Okay, so, presumably, I will, later in the game, acquire a metal detector. But for now, we got our 3 radios here, which I remind you is what we originally came to do. Also, I just want to see if what things have changed. Okay, they didn't take the trial placard down, which is a shame. Okay. Yeah. Until we get, not lighthouse, that word is just in front of me, metal detector, we should probably just move. A moment to please you. Hello? Friend Jimbit, it occurs to me that my old office here at the Institute may yet be accessible. If so, then my binder of research notes might be of some value to us. Oh, really? Where's your office? Far end of the infinite corridor. How is that possible? Mine was one of the first offices in that wing, you see, and they began the corridor from that end. Ah. I'll wait here, I guess. You pause to mop your brow with your pocket handkerchief. Tis the infinite corridor has gotten longer since last you were here. At length you return to your old office and discover to your delight that it is just as you left it. A bit dustier, perhaps. Oh look, we're the old guy now. Ah, all your books are still here. Even your autographed copy of Newton's De Motu Corporum and Gyrum. Fascinating stuff that they're a bit outside of your wheelhouse. Ah, this takes me back. In the old days, we were obliged to use coffee cups for our experiments, as test tubes had not yet been invented. The Dean eventually made a very strict rule against jeopardy and practical jokes. Ah, your old lab assistant's desk. What was his name again? Smith. You do recall that you used to give him Mary hell for mispronouncing it all the time. You wondered if you ever made tenure. Ah, your first periodic table. Fire, air, water, phlogiston. Things were so much simpler back then. Ah, your old desk. And you note with satisfaction that your standing orders to the cleaning lady to never touch it have not fallen by the wayside. My notes. You locate the spine of your note binder in the detritus and yank it out with a quick jerk so that the remainder of the pile settles itself without collapsing. Man's new skill, boring lecture. Neat. You've recovered the notes from which you came. Proceed back to Jimbit? Yes, indeed. Met Jimbit. I have returned. Hi, Professor. Find what you were looking for? Indeed I have. And I dare say they will come in handy in times ahead. Great, let's go. Cool. But I need to find at least 3 radios. And I say at least 3 because I am informed that there's one in Hilbert House, but it might not turn up for a very long time. Nothing in liberal arts. Security is still very locked. Still not allowed into geology. Spiders. Not radio metaacoustics, which makes sense. Test door still doesn't work. Spiders classroom. Why would there be a radio in here? On the roof. Oh yeah, there was that whole thing
In a dream, I kicked a book into the sky and it became a constellation. Has it become real? No, that's probably for the best, to be honest. That's just an endless array of air conditioners. These are some pigeons. Oh, we haven't investigated this, have we? I can't remember. Let's grab some stench armor. Okay, no, I did already. Guys, where do you keep your radios around here? I mean, to be fair, there were like 2 frat houses that it could have been and would probably make more sense. Can't go into astronomy, already been into paradox and pound no coffee. Laundry room doesn't open from here. Barbecue. I didn't do Fizz Edge. Frozen is stuck. Culinary science I didn't do. Here are the tunnels. Let's go into the tunnels, I guess. And we still don't have any cheese for the very enterprising rat. Nope. Aha! 7. This is Rufus's lab, which there would probably be no point in having a radio here. This is very locked. This is the secret underground restaurant. Then there's the double secret super underground restaurant under it. Hex rock mines are still barred from the other side. This is a room that exists, and then we go back here. Okay. I don't want to buy this complicated textbook. Actually, there probably won't be one in the chemicals wing, because that's only open if you're studying chemicals. Which, as we've established, not everyone will be. We did Rufus's lab. Guess let's go to the bridge. Take it to the bridge. As the 2 of you are strolling across campus, Dr. Adams takes out his pipe and starts patting his pockets. Matches, matches. Hold these for a moment, would you? You got an item. Miscellaneous chemicals. What are they? Oh, a little of this and a little of that. Me go on holding them if you've use for them, I've got plenty. Pockets Adams, they used to call me in graduate school, you know. For a brief period in which they called me arson. That little mishap was quickly cleared up and forgotten about. Sure, free chemical. Is there a radio on the bridge? Is there a radio under the bridge? No. I'm going to go on a limb and say there probably isn't a radio in the fish mother's den. At Ovid's shop? Not that there is a shop here anymore. I mean, is it still a shop even if it doesn't sell anything? Like, all of the shop accoutrements are there. Okay, let's check the frat houses. Minute, if you please. As we are near the administration's building, it might behoove me to look in and check my mail. Sure, I'll wait here. Dr. Adams leaves and returns a short time later dragging a massive canvas sack. Wow. How much of that is junk mail? Curiously, mailroom clerks were kind enough to discard the junk mail on my behalf. This sack is all from the Poisons of the Month Club. Ooh, neat. You now do more poison. Love that for me. And by extension, you.
I feel like we should have been able to do something with this whole situation. No, doesn't seem to be a radio around here. Okay, let's go to Fire Epsilon Tau, where there are an amount of plants I dislike, and no radios. Here in Zaton or Omicron, there is a radio. Which of these doors could we go into? That shop with dry pudding. Ah yes, this was the basement. Fuse box stuffed with celery. I suppose you've got a radio here in the Fisherman Church. No, it would be, in retrospect, kind of weird if you did. Not that, you know, this hasn't been weird in general. No radio down here. Upstairs. Oh yeah, that's just a fight grinding room. Fine, let's put on our booze handkerchief to see if there was anything in the bathroom. It wasn't. Inventory management. Remember when we were gonna do things? Still intimidated by the opulence and deadbolt on that door. I have a jump button? I've had a jump button this whole time and I haven't accidentally triggered it by accidentally right-clicking? That is surprising. I mean, we didn't check the secret double under... Actually, we didn't check the overground fish and chips. We wander into a science lab and see that someone's left some kind of experimental magical reactor running unattended. Maybe they realized it was in the process of explosively overloading and ran away. Maybe you should follow their example. Inspect it. You inspect the reactor carefully and discover the problem. It's being powered by electrically overcharged will-o'-the-wisps, and the field that keeps them contained isn't running at full power due to some faulty soldering in the control circuits. If it seems improbable to you that you would know enough about this stuff to figure that out, just assume it was written in a notebook someone left on the table. I will. You quickly skim the experimenter's notes, grab a soldering iron, and make the necessary repairs. Even the wisps are impressed by your intelligence and handiness. One of them gives you a grudging thumbs up from behind the reactor's tempered glass window. This seems unethical. Can we not tell you to go to the hobo camp? No radio up here, it would seem. Ooh. Can we deface this? We can probably get up to 9 muscle. Put on some jeans. No, that's already a muscle effect. As is that. Really? Really? How? I've got 83 XP, which is not quite enough to get this +1 muscle. Okay. Yeah, now let's try and see if we can find the one in Hilbert. We should have seen another one. So we saw there was one in there. There was one in the steam tunnels. Because I was told 3 plus this one in Hilbert House. I wonder if it was... We didn't look in the secret double underground. Let's try that. You saw a smoke near one of SAT's maintenance buildings and discover a trio of mob goons stoking a large bonfire. What are you... Hey, those are books! Yeah, because the boss don't like wise guys, see? The boss don't like it when mugs like you get smart ideas. Oh, I see, so that's why he hires you guys, is that it? Yeah. He pauses and thinks about this for a second. Yeah, definitely. Grab the books. You grab the books out of the fire and stomp the flames out. Hey, you can't do that. Oh yeah? Why can't I? Because now we got nothing to roast our weenies over. The other 2 goons hold up hot dogs on sticks and make glum faces. Yeah, you're the weenies, and I'll roast you if you don't get out of here. The goons leave, muttering sourly. Where's the secret underground restaurant? Here's the double underground restaurant. Nope, no radio here. Don't think there's anywhere we've missed. Let's see if we can find the one in Hilbert. Dr. Adams can give us some more chemicals. No radio. No radio. It's the outside ones that have combat encounters, right? Think, but no radio. Wait, that was a radio. Oh yeah, this is a broken radio and there's no way to change the station. Boo. You ever find a radio and it turns out it's the wrong radio? But on floor 5 we have... Wealth keeps, you're not wrong. No, it's done making weird squelching noise. No, I'm not even reading that description. That's bad and awful. Here's a radio. Weird hurdy-gurdy music's playing from this radio. Great, we did the thing. We need 11, right? Yeah. We've got 9. I think there's meant to be another one on campus, but I can't think where we haven't looked. I think we just go back to the moist and see if we can... keep an eye out for the ones there. And also a metal detector. There you go. It's only taken us like 2 hours into the stream. A stream which I've already said is probably not going to be running the whole 3 hours. For us to actually get to the area we were meaning to go to begin with. Let's look around for a thing. A fancy mob dame with a long cigarette holder and a rowboat to perch in out of the mud is holding court over a trio of low-level palookas. All right, you bums. You want to be torpedoes in this mob instead of small-time mugs? You better learn to handle them Roscoes. I want to see some holes in those tin cans. Pronto. The mob guys start plinking away at the makeshift shooting gallery they've got set up, but the cans keep sinking into the mud and getting away. It seems like they're getting frustrated. If the situation doesn't get resolved somehow, they're liable to start looking for better targets. Like you. Well, let's target them first. Intimidate them, and then they just shoot us instead. Okay. Mob consiglieres. That's very good. Mob pepper gunner. Balls. Other mob pepper gunner. Balls. Mob-Hired Moxie. Balls. Hydrate and stretch. Good idea, chat. Thank you. And then hit the Consiglieres with a hammer. Boring Lecture is just reduce all foes Moxie by 3. That's pretty great, especially because these are Moxie based. That's the sound of a Boring Lecture, it's true. Yeah, sure. He's still about to die. Because, and hear me out here, balls. And hammer. Ooh, a Consigliere ring. When you attack, all your allies' stats will be increased by 2. That's pretty solid. Got some pistols. You have a radio. Oh yeah, the room of single egg. But at Bassett Sons... Oh, Shadow Orbs. You spot a Shadow Orb hovering around, you decide to follow it deeper into the swamp. That might seem like a bad plan, considering the old stories about people following Will-o'-the-Wisps and becoming lost in the swamp forever. But a Will-o'-the-Wisp is a floating ball of light, and this is the opposite of that, so logically, it's actually a very good plan. Except for how it leads you right into a group of tentacly shadow monsters. Guess we fight. Oh yeah, those are some tentacly shadow monsters. That are briefly going to freeze while I click this button a couple of times. Because, you know, Twitch and other thing be like this. I don't know why I said other thing. The game that I am playing. I know what game I'm playing. Everybody is poisoned. Rude. Can't take more than 5 physical damage at a time. Yeah, but what about ball? And also ball. But then by contrast, ball. It's a foolproof strategy, it really is. And then hit this one with a hammer. They make such an array of noises. And then poison this one. And then it dies. Halo levels up. The goodness of your plan has now been proven, QED. Now you want to talk again?
I must say, I did not expect the future to have quite so much fighting in it.
Yeah, sorry, you've arrived at kind of a weird time. Or at least you're following someone who's in a weird situation.
I think nothing of it. I was never one to stay away from a scrap in my youth. Although these days are far behind me, very far indeed. The exercise will do me a world of good.
Good. Question mark. This old man now understands punch better. Nothing in here. Can't pet the cat because we're not beloved of the fisherman yet. Anything down here? Car that run off and left. No radio in here either. Nope. The Radio Shack probably won't have a receiver on it, but you know. Find the arm of a travelling salesman sticking out of the ground. Given the condition of the arm, it seems like the body it's attached to must have been down there for quite some time. Well, let's rob it. The ring slips easily off the arm's finger because the finger is both wet and withered with decay. One or the other would have sufficed. Rush ring, act earlier in combat. Yeah, it wouldn't be terrible, but balls. Give the arm a proper burial. Yeah, every time you try to dig, the hole immediately fills up with water. You decide to just use the shovel to press the arm down below the surface and call it a day. Close enough. Yeah, no. Radio receivers in here. Quarry. As you pick your way through the muck of the swamp, you encounter one of those newfangled diagonal half-box cars. Wait a minute, there's no such thing as a diagonal half-box car, it's just a regular boxcar half-sunk into the swamp. Let's not get sidetracked just for now, just so that I know we've checked everywhere. Ah, we have a pickaxe, so we can mine this rock candy. Pure rock candy, worth a small fortune to the right buyer. Trunk of the big rock candy mountain. But the jails are made of tin. Other things showing how I'm accidentally American and why is me growing up on that song, on that poem. So, Professor, where are you from originally?
Well, I spent most of my life in these eastern colonies. However, I was born in London. In 1666, actually, the year of the Great Fire. Not my fault, I was only a baby after all.
I wasn't.
Incidentally, were you aware that the majority of the damage caused by fire is born of fear? Fire is merely rather angry and excited air, you see. A firm attitude and unwavering countenance does wonders against it.
That doesn't seem real, Professor.
I suppose it also helps that I've consumed so much asbestos that my beard is nearly 70% composed of the stuff. But I assure you, attitude is everything.
Gains 3 hot armor, or just makes us aware that he has it. You have a radio? I really feel like you should have a radio. No? Okay. Let's actually go a new place, shall we? I suppose we have done some going of new places. Let's go to this diagonal half boxcar. Oh look, there's a big shiny treasure chest on that tussock over there. I mean, I know what a tussock is, but I want to know what the narrator says. Like a big clump of grass or a small hill. That's really not the important part here, though. How about that treasure chest? Yeah, that's what a tussock is? I thought that was a cassock. This, calling it now, is going to go down a whole string of these... Oh, X, I thought you meant Y. And until the narrator's just going to be like, fine, you don't get the treasure chest. That'll be very funny. What? No, that's a thing priests wear, like a close-fitting robe. Oh, I think you're thinking of a Cossack. This is a cassock. Not a Cossack. That's a 17th century Eastern European cavalry soldier. Pretty sure you mean cavalry. Alright, that's it. I'm done. Forget the chest. There's no chest anymore. Just get on to the next thing. Told you. Touchy. Not the one who doesn't know what words mean. I'll be real. I am often the one who doesn't know what words mean. Well, hope that treasure chest wasn't good. Yep, it's a diagonal half boxcar. This looks very dangerous. Well, let's do it anyway. Dramatic tilt. These poetry books are all full of slant rhymes. Everything has, predictably, fallen off this table. Yep, that will happen. This would fail railroad safety inspection for at least 2 reasons. You're not wrong. You're perplexed by the hobo's decision to sleep with his head pointing downhill. Yeah, that's an alien thing to do. It's a diagonal hobo. Although I suppose from your perspective he looks normal. Hello. It's all in italics because of course it is. Oh, hi. Sorry, I didn't know anyone was living here. I suppose I should stop being surprised by that. That's all right. I'm Pepperidge Dauphin. Welcome to my humble abode. Thanks. I'm Jim at Bathflat. Nice boxcar you got here, apart from it being a little steep. Steep? Oh, yes. You know, I've grown so accustomed to the tilt I hardly notice it anymore. Apart from when I've tried to play marbles. Your game must really be going downhill. Yes, quite. Your accent's different from most hobos I've met. Well, my family's from old money, you see. How old? Old enough that it all turned to dust. All that remains is a rambling old manor house that I can't afford to maintain, so I decided this would be a splendid opportunity to expand my horizons. Yeah, the horizon's typically a bit more level? Why are you living in a boxcar in a swamp? Well, to be honest, it's been difficult to part with the old estate. This is as far as I've been able to get before the homesickness becomes overwhelming. Ah, how bittersweet. Indeed. I wonder, could you spare the time to help me? I could
be done with the place if I had a proper souvenir. Typically my father's collection of antique padlocks.
And you can't get them yourself because of the memories?
It's more a lack of memories. I've forgotten where the keys are.
Sure, I'll help.
Thank you. There are 11 locks altogether.
That they won't actually be altogether, will they?
No, I'm afraid not, no. Here, I'll mark the location of the house on your... Is this a sponge?
You got a location?
There's also something I should tell you about the house.
Oh, good. Here it comes.
I just wanted to let you know there aren't any ghosts haunting the property.
There aren't any.
That's correct. Not one. My family never suffered any violent or traumatic death.
This is something you felt you had to warn me about?
Not really a warning as such, I just thought you might like to know.
Huh. Well. Okay. Thanks. I'll be right back with your 11 padlocks. What's that? A side quest to sidetrack us from our side quests? The concept. Also, did your house have any radios in it? As you round a... And then I just lost the ability to English entirely. As you round a clump of mangrove trees? Or whatever kind of trees these are, you come face to face with a bearded gator man in his big, filthy sack. I should clarify that it's a burlap sack, and it doesn't have a face, just the gator man does. What?
By sack. 138 meat. Said final.
What a deal. You open the bag and reveal your prize. It's like Crimbo. Sad, wet, dirty Crimbo. We have a gator stick, muscle plus 5 stench. A gator punch, and a swampy eel hat band. Adds 3 hot armor to a hat. Ew. Indeed. There are probably other hats I could be more valuably using. But here we are. I don't know. Looks like this car was left to rot. Fortunately, it hasn't yet rotted enough for you to get past the locked door. Well, have you met my friend Jimmy? You unlock the car, destroying the hangar in the process. You search the car, it's empty except for the glove box, which turns out to actually be a key box. The key inside is not the key to this car, and if you have a sense of humour like mine, you'll agree that this is a real shame. A tarnished padlock key. This door's padlocked. Unlock. Pop the lock off, and the door unlatches with an ominous... These cinder blocks are totally waterlogged. That's not good. One of those cinder blocks was standing way too close to the others. You explain personal boundaries to it and perform a quick procedure to make it a little less creepy. Old Dauphin never got sick or tired. Some say that the most powerful tool is a padlock. It's really more the opposite of a tool, though, because it obstructs rather than facilitates what you're trying to do. I mean, unless what you're trying to do is lock a thing, in which case, it's exactly what you want. Oh, Gateman campsite. Another Gateman camp, alright, and there's 4 more wrenches here. 31 32nd Swan, 63 64 Swan, and 127 128 Swan, and a 255 256 Swan. Carls must carry one heck of a toolbox. The wrenches are laid out in the shape of an arrow pointing toward a nearby hill. From the top of the hill you can see some sort of fort in the distance, apparently hammered together out of rusty scrap metal. That's got to be where the gateman took him. You grab all the wrenches and combine them with the other ones he dropped to complete the set. This tree has a hole in it. Conveniently, the hole is slightly larger than your hand. Honestly, for what's ostensibly a horror game, we've had way too few opportunities for you to stick your hand into a suspicious dark hole. No, you haven't.
I've been doing that all the time. I get hot dogs and clarinets from it. Anyway, let's do it again. Slowly reach inside the dark hole. It's damp and ominous. You find a key. Sorry, that scream wasn't really justified. I'm not actually screaming on mic and destroying the levels and also worrying everybody else in this house. Let's unlock the one in here. Nope. That's not the one. Okay, they're not interchangeable. Good to know. The front door of Dauphin Manor is unlocked. Apparently, Mr. Dauphin's love of padlocks was unrelated to basic home security. Fansworth Dauphin died of natural causes. Goldilocks Dauphin died of natural causes. Beasley Dauphin. No? Beasley? Died of natural causes. Hortense Dauphin died of natural causes. Mopey Dauphin died of natural causes. Calpurnia Dauphin died of natural causes. Good to know. This couch faces the wall. It must have been the Dauphin family's punishment couch. I mean, haven't we all got one of those? It's usually for a different purpose. Toilet. Doesn't work. Maybe something's wrong in the tank. Check it. Aha. The key stuck to the float valve hinge flange. Not the float valve hinge flange. And now we flush. Hooray, 50 XP. Medicine cabinet is securely locked. Maybe it's full of deadly poisons. Bathtub's full of steaming blood. Oh no, wait, the red's just light coming through a stained glass rose hanging in the bathroom window. Doesn't really explain why the water's still hot, though. Anyway, let's fish. He'll be fine, I'm sure. More hair and meat out of the bath. Great. And some water. And a soggy used bandage and one wet cigarette. This is really gross. Yeah, not wrong. Okay, we have one for that padlock. Aha! One more radio. A fancy serving cart. One of those serving carts they use in posh hotels and in posh manor houses, apparently, with a big silver platter covered with a dome-shaped lid. Just the right size to hide a severed head. Or a roast of some kind. Cautiously reach out and grip the handle. Take a deep breath. Slowly, you lift the lid, tilting your head to peek underneath. Oh, it's empty. Oh well. No padlocks on the dinner table. That's both a rule and an observation. Okay, so on that note of disappointment, I think that's an excellent time for us to finish for today, because, as said, I need to go and do a democracy and other such things. Sorry, it's a shorter one, but blame DPD, not me. Just enough time for me to do the wrap-up. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks if you stayed to the end. Genuinely means a lot. If you've been watching this, you know where to find me, but just in case, it's twitch.tv/Serathent. That's SERASENT, the House of Hubris. Streaming every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, nominally at 2 PM British time, assuming delivery companies don't screw with that again. That is 9 AM Eastern, 6 Pacific, other time zones are available. Do your own maths, or just give us a follow, and get notified whenever I'm here. If you do miss anything, VODs are on Twitch for 8 weeks after the fact. Everything else, the YouTube is down there, youtube.com/@House of Hubris, or look me up at House of Hubris on social networks of your choosing. Links also down there. While you're there, why not subscribe to the YouTube? Get hot, fresh VODs in your subscription feed every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday once they start getting uploaded again, which should be soon, TM. What was the other thing? Oh yeah, if you want to support me really leaning into the disappointment financially, you can of course cheer or subscribe on Twitch, but you very much don't have to. Just turn up and hang out and be chill and be good to each other, and everyone's having a good time. I think that's it. Yeah, check out those socials for more things by me, including just random posts about X-Men 97 and, you know, podcasts I've been in. There are a lot of those. But apart from that, why don't you just come back next time? That'll be on Saturday. Same time, same channel, when we will
find the rest of these padlocks, I guess, because that's what we're doing with our lives now, and eventually maybe we'll find an 11th radio. Alright. See you then, hopefully. In any case, love to you all. Take care of yourselves out there. And yeah, back on Saturday. Bye.